Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Ocean Spit, the little show about big things. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Today is Wednesday, October 26th. And thanks for tuning in today, folks. And thanks for tuning in anytime that you got a chance to see the show, whether it's today or yesterday or since we started in 2020. It's just been a great chance to come out and do a little something small, a little show about big things. It's a small show that's trying to grow, folks. And one step in trying to grow was, of course, the Josie Awards, the number one independent award show in the country. It's for people that are independently run, and that's what the show is about. 2,000 people crammed into the Grand Ole Opry Theater in Nashville, Tennessee this past weekend, October 22nd, October 23rd, and our good Josie and Tina Marie, of course, putting these award shows together with major sponsors, a big event. It's a really cool feeling, folks, for a guy like me or anybody to be walking into the Grand Ole Opry to watch a concert is fantastic, of course, with all the history. Walking on that stage, knowing that circle that they put you on before you say your speeches, where Dolly Parton and Marty Robbins and Buck Owens and Roy Clark and the list goes on that same stage. Now, granted, I wasn't a performer, but this show I'm a performer kind of in a way too. But it was just, the nomination was great, and the win was a great feel. And again, it's a pretty cool thing to get, man. You know, it's just like when you get any recognition that you get, no matter how big or small, it's still recognition. And I owe a lot to Nick and Phyllis Hodges for hooking me up with Josie and Tina Marie. And it was great to all the other people who won. Nick Hodges won Musician of the Year. My friend Leah won the Gospel Singer of the Year. And we won for the number one Internet Show of the Year. There was like 12 different nominees, which from all over the country, which was a kind of cool thing. And it's something that I would treasure. And I'm very humbled for it. And, you know, when you do something good, it's a good thing. And for the people that believed in me and for people that are following me, thank you. And for the people who are jealous and give you the shit, you know, I can't help that, folks. You know, we have the same 24 hours in the day. Everybody can do whatever they want. I will keep trying to make this show better and better. We are, after a couple of meetings that we had and people that we're talking to do a couple of things to make the show better. And we will. That I promise you. But I feel blessed and honored that you guys have been here to watch me. To either you glance in to watch me how I'm doing, or you glance in to watch me because you support me, or you glance to watch me to see if I fuck up. And I fuck up every day, folks. I guess maybe that's the humble thing about it. I take it for, I love it. So anyway, thank you for watching Ocean Spit, little show about big things, Wednesday, October 26th. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about today, folks. So let's start off the morning with some of our sponsors, folks. McCampbell Law Group. Ryan McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide law practice that is client-focused and results-driven. Call Ryan McCampbell at 708-275-4264. Let's say hello to some people, folks, that are watching the show today, and some people that care and some people that don't care. Congratulations. Well deserved, my friend. Thank you, Packy, Angelo, Albert, Robert, thank you. Danny Ramondi, Helen Tenuta, thank you so much. Carol, Joanne, Raynardi, Sugar Ray's in the house. Thank you guys for your texts and your posts and pictures and stuff. You guys are just, it's sweet and it's very humbling. So let's get their stuff. Now, first of all, tonight we'll be at Rosario's in Roselle, ladies and gentlemen. Halloween costume contest. Me and my buddy Carlo Joseph. Thing starts at 7 o'clock. Come with some prizes. It's like the fifth annual Halloween party that Rosario's has had that I've been part of. It's pretty cool, man. Chris gave us 3 prizes. So come out in your best costume, and the secret judges will vote, and it'll be a lot of fun. Rosemary, Mary, how you doing, guys? Tomorrow will be at JC Pub in McCook with Jerry Jams. Friday we'll be returning to Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Daryl Armenstad. And then Saturday we'll be at the Bocce Italian Club in Highwood with Jerry Jams and Stella Ramondi. Tony Deanna, thank you, my good friend Tony. Thank you very much. Josie Awards. People say, what the hell is that, Tony? What is that? Well, the Josie Awards, like I said, is the #1 independent award show in the country. To have 2,000 tickets sold in the Grand Ole Opry is a very, wow. It's just amazing. And what I loved about this award show, everybody thanked God. Everybody started it with God or ended it with God, but they still saying thank you to above, and like I said, we don't all have to agree on the same God, but to pray for someone that gives us what we have. That's how we got it. We got the gift from God, and the rest we do is hard work and support from friends, family, acquaintances, whatever it is. And not everybody's going to like you, folks. Damn, do I know that. Jealousy is a bitch. And some people just don't like it. But I give it all I have. And even I have to put kudos to my wife also, who on her post when she congratulated me, she goes, congratulations to my husband for the Josie Awards for Internet Show of the Year. But she said, even though you guys know I don't like his unfiltered ways, and that's what it is. Some people don't like my unfiltered ways. But we're going to make some changes. We spoke to some people to make the show better, and we got some interest in some other stuff. So we're very interested about that, and we're going to try to make it better. And anything you guys got, send us an email. Let us know, or a private message. Thank you, Tony Toto. Thank you, Patrice. Thank you, KJ. It's a cool feeling. But walking into the Grand Ole Opry, first of all, when we got there, you had the lights, like a movie premiere, and you had the lines. Everybody, half the 50-50. Half the people were dressed up to the tilt. The other half just, came in as their regular shit. But a lot of people were all, the vintage cowboy hats, the outfits. And I went with a black suit, whatever. And Nick, kudos to Nick Sahajas for winning the Musician of the Year. And he won last year as well for something. And it's just fantastic. Congratulations to my brother and my sister Leah, of course. The great gospel. She's what a great voice she has, and she won for Gospel Award. Jim Monahan, a friend of ours, won for songwriter. Ronnie B. Elvis won not this year, but he won the last 2 years for tribute artist. It's a great thing, and I got to meet so many people. But walking into that Grand Ole Opry, the black suit, yeah, thank you, Emo, thank you, Kathy, very much. I like it unfiltered too. That makes me so happy that God also, thank you, I love you ways. Well, thank you, Emo. And I love Nashville. It was great. It was people were very friendly. I liked it. It was very cool. But walking into the Grand Ole Opry, man, it's pretty cool. It's like, it's just overwhelming. It really is. You don't really think about it. Here you are sitting in the fuse, and then all of a sudden, all these people start walking in, and they're all dressed up. You're gonna kill. It was so cool. And again, I'm just honored and thank you so much for watching. And people that I don't know how I got voted in. I still think it's Nick and Phyllis to put the good word in for me. But to me, a win is a win. And I thank them both from the bottom of my heart. And I thank Josie and Tina Marie for doing what they do for 8 years to get all these sponsors, and it's just growing and growing. To get this show and go right to the Grand Ole Opry, not even let's not start at the gymnasium down the street. No. Let's go big. And that's exactly what they did. They went big, and it's just growing and growing and growing every year. So Thank you, Tony. Hey, Tony, welcome home to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Hope to see you tonight, pal. Richard Bloomberg, what's up, buddy? Herbie Gates, steeped in tradition. Yes, Herbie Gates, thank you. Gretchen, you have a great show to enjoy. Thank you, Kathy. Don't worry, grab the award and run. Hey, win-win. It's an ugly win, but it's a win-win. That's what I think. And I appreciate that, guys, for all your support. And winning this, and now Phyllis just posted on the Facebook page the actual acceptance speech and the whole, and the Josie Goes To, which was really, really cool. And I don't know what to say up there. I thanked what I'm supposed to thank. Sponsors. I want to thank my God. I want to thank my family, my wife, Nick and Phyllis. And then I said last time my name was called, it was when I was called to court. And the audience seemed to like that. So, of course, I had to throw in a little bit of myself, and I do appreciate it. I do appreciate that, folks. You're watching Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. Time for another sponsor, Deutsch Power Center, right out of Great Lakes, servicing the construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 100 years. Give our buddy Sal a call from Deutsch Power Center out of Elgin. That's 224-276-6550. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things Monday through Friday. So then, of course, I met Jimmy Parker, the country singer, that at the St. Jude's benefit that Nick did, Sahajas. And then he was at the St. Jude's benefit we did in Melrose Park. But we actually got to meet him and actually sit down and talk with him during lunch. We had breakfast together. And he was, he was nice enough to give me 2 nice CDs. And we're going to get Jimmy on the show. He's been a traditional country artist. He won for a traditional country artist of the year. This is the country that I love listening to. The Ronnie Millsaps, the Charlie Riches, the Glenn Campbells, the Willie Jennings. This is what I've always listened to. He's got a brand new song that I just posted on my Facebook page called Woulda, Shoulda, Coulda. If you like old traditional country, look up Jimmy Parker. We're even going to have him on the show. We're also going to have Leah on the show too next week or so. So be looking for some more great guests and more people coming on. Bill, thank you, man. All the hard work. And Laura, you paid off. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Mike Restivo, Mistaken Identity, my good friend, Mojo's Jukebox. Michael, congratulations. He was just on the road, did a bunch of shows with the band Chicago. And our band, Mojo's Jukebox, opening up for John Waite at the Arcada Theater. That's Saturday, November 5th, opening the show. It's going to be great. oshows.com. So I'm excited about that. And the after party afterwards. Kathy, it was great spending time with you and your daughter, Zoe. What a great time that was. Now, folks, we're funny because also Stephanie Berger was there. Thank you, Stephanie. It was great having our friends there. Of course, my lovely wife for being there with me. And then that's a big major support and the reason why the show is successful. And she's still correcting me every day. And I'm trying to get better. I'm trying. And I will a little bit later. But the funny part was that we all get to the theater and the show's over. Media, it was great. Now of course, now it was a 3-hour show. So we got there. Red carpet was at like 6:30. And then you're walking in and you're seeing all the different artists and people taking pictures and you pose and this flash is going on the whole time. Pretty cool shit. And then afterwards, okay, so 11 o'clock was supposed to end. It ran about 11:30 because there's a lot of speeches and there's a lot of categories. Even my show for media, there was like 12 different nominees, and we won with for the internet. And there was people that won radio. There was one for TV, for show, whatever it was. And it's all independent. That's what I'm talking about. Independent. People just like us. It's all independent people doing as a living, trying to make it, trying to do what they do. She does, buddy. Absolutely. Thank you, Cheryl, for that. And Ricky, thank you. So afterwards, now there's like 8 of us. We only got one car. Now we all want to get something to eat. Now, this is about 11:30 on a Sunday night, folks. Now, you would think it'd be easy to find a place open, and you think it would be empty. Number one, places were packed at 11:30 at night. And they weren't just because of the Josie Awards. This wasn't even on Broadway. So we go to one place, Music City Place. But how do we get there from the theater? So Nick is driving. It's Nick, his wife, my wife, Laura, It's Stephanie, it's Kathy, it's her daughter Zoe, and Leah, if I'm correct. There's 7 of us. And Nick's got a compact sized car. How are we going to get everybody without making 3 trips? You want to see the funniest thing, and you can see it on video. Phyllis did post it on the page. So how did we come up with an idea? So Nick came up. I don't know who came up with the idea. It might even been Kathy. I don't know. But we lift the hatchback, the back where you'd actually put your groceries in. Yeah. And Kathy got back there. Her daughter Zoe got back there, and Stephanie got back there. So there was like we took 3 women, and shoved them in the back of the hatchback and closed it. And then Phyllis and Laura and everybody else were in the second seat, and me and Nick were up in front. And the laughter that we were laughing so hard as we were driving, going over speed bumps to make sure that, it was so cool. And then when we finally get to the Music City place where we're finally getting to, Nick gets out of the car, I get out of the other car, we open the hatchback, and there's a bunch of people standing in front of the restaurant, the bar where we were at. So I got out, me with my smart mouth. I go, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, girls for sale. Any sizes, shapes, girls for sale. Guys are looking in and seeing 3 girls in the hatchback like this, like we just grabbed them from across the border. Like we just snuck them in from the border of Texas into the United States or Mexico. It was the funniest thing. Yeah, that's it, Kathy. Phyllis, Zoe, and Steffi were in the back. Oh, my God. That's right. Thank you. Phyllis, Zoe, and Steffi. So it was like we were selling women at the bar. When we, here's girls. Come on in. Everybody's looking over. That alone is the highlight of the night. That alone is so cool. I mean, you got to just be there, but it's pretty funny if you think about it. Probably could have gotten in trouble if the cops seen us putting them in like that. I'm sure that's not meant for people to be back there. But we had to do it. Yes, we had to do it, and it was fun. So, and it was great. And we just had a good time with that. But then we get into the bars, a good band playing, but they were so understaffed. They had no service. They had 2 bartenders. This is what I hate most about when you go into restaurants. The places is packed. You have 2 bartenders busting their butt or running, trying to take care of the customers. And you got the 3 managers sitting on their ass in the back, talking, drinking, not taking initiative to try to help. And Nick hasn't eaten all night, so we were starved. Then we go to the Waffle House. Richard Hamlin, how you doing? Then we go to the Waffle House, folks. I was thinking it's a Waffle House like a Denny's. Well, we get to the Waffle House, which, thank God everything was close. It wasn't too far. Now, mind you, it's 12 o'clock on a Sunday night. There's a line at the Waffle House. We get there, it looked like Gossage Grill more than the Waffle House. It didn't look like a Denny's. It looked like a Gossage Grill, like a diner. You know what I mean? So then we try to put our order in, and then the chef, there was one cook. He was so pissed off or so overwhelmed that he said, hell with it. I need a break. Just walked away. And we were all in line going, screw this. So what do? We go back to the lobby, order a pizza. Now, this is still 12:30 at night on a Sunday. Kathy had some stuff, some snacks. I think Stephanie had snacks. Phyllis had snacks from their hotel, from their rooms, because we all stayed at the same hotel. So they all were nice enough to bring down some different, chips and dips and stuff like that. And we still ordered the pizza. So we didn't get to bed till like 2 o'clock in the morning because we're sitting in the lobby for an hour laughing. And then they had a couple bottles of champagne. And it was fun, man. We should have just did that from the start. You know what I mean? But that was very cool. And then Nick bought a guitar. We went down, and then we go down Broadway. We first went down Broadway when we first got there. Me and my wife Laura took the Uber to down Broadway, which is like Rush Street, which is like the Strip of Las Vegas. I mean, everything was packed. Every bar had a band in it. Every bar was playing different songs. Most of the bars that we went to, they were playing a lot of the old traditional country. I noticed that, but some of the songs I recognize because it's the old country music that I listened to. I didn't hear, and I wouldn't have known because I don't listen to that new shit, that new country. But it was fantastic, It it was nice. And we went to a little place. I forgot what it was called, but we ate some food, had some cocktails. It was nice. Then we went into a cowboy hat shop. We went to ice cream shop. We did what tourists do. Did you go into Layla's? No, Richard, we did not. I wish I had more time. I wish we had more time. We did stay an extra day, like I said, but we came home, and the event was just very successful. And it's still overwhelmingly it's just humbling to be put in that situation, to win an award like that, and then to win it with your friends, and then your other friends winning the award their own awards. That's pretty cool, man. 6 or 7 people from Chicago put in nominees, and most of them won. If they didn't win this year, they won the last 2 years. But they're winners the last 3 years in a row from Chicago and Nashville. And here we are at the Grand Ole Opry. I mean, I don't care what you say. I just think I've been lucky this year, folks. Lucky for a couple of reasons. I think because of the anniversary, my 30th anniversary. Thank you, Danny. And speaking of Danny, like I said, a couple of changes that we're doing, we're trying to change the show better, is to, instead of announce all the sponsors in the beginning of the show, every 10 minutes or so, bring in another sponsor so it's not all at the very beginning, And we had some new ones, and I want to thank my good friend Danny Mazzi from Armando's Supermarket, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin. That's Armando Supermarket. Buy local and shop local. Another sponsor to the Ocean's Pit. So, and also, let's think another sponsor as we're here. How about our friends from Airtight Windows? Siding and Specialist, family owned for 30 years for honesty and quality. Do it right with Airtight. 708-788-5000. Call our buddy Lou and tell him Tony Ocean sent you. So that was cool, and I believe, and I say God does things in ways, and I have to say, guys, that besides meeting the great people I've met, the show and everything like that, 30 years, I think it's my year, 2022. I got an award. I was on the cover of the Frenoi. I got my 30th anniversary party, which was a sellout. I got my own float on Columbus Day. Thank you to the sponsors, Danny and Crash and Crash Champions, Auto Collision, and My Party Princess. And then getting this award just finalizes the year. We still got 2 months to go. And then I get to open for John Waite in November. So I just think 2022 has been a blessed year for me. Work and meeting great friends and people. We've just become closer and closer and closer. And what I like about this, folks, as your life goes on, as you go, you realize who you just get closer to people. And there was a quote that I was going to mention on the show today. I don't know if I got to find out where I actually put this in, because it was one of the great quotes that I read that someone sent me, and I had to use it because it makes so much sense, and you don't even realize it. Here we go. Listen to this quote, folks. Don't be surprised when God starts using strangers to bless you. Strangers to bless you. People that you would never think. When I got in the book, the Bernard Thorpe book on Dean Martin, they asked me, and I did the article, and it was on the book. Strangers come and help you or support you, or even guys that I've known, like Michael and Gigi from Crash Champions, folks. These are hardworking couple, great guys. I didn't know them that well. They used to come see the show. I've seen them here and there, and they were kind enough to sponsor the float, the Columbus Day float. That's Crash Champions, Collision Auto Repair. Go to crashchampions.com. They got a lot of different locations, even out of state. But that's what I mean. And then you just end up growing closer to these people and just being truly blessed, which is a pretty cool feeling to know that there's people around you that, because everybody's insecure about a lot of things. I think that's why sometimes Maybe that's the way because my mouth is what it is. Because you're kind of insecure, so sometimes you want to throw something out there just to see what happens. But I've been truly blessed, man. I've been blessed my whole life, and it's just very humbling. That's all. So I don't know what else to say, but thank you. So it was cool. And then just being around good friends and people like that, it was really nice. All right. So like I said, making a couple different changes, and we're going to try to improve the show more and more as we go along. So let's get to some stories if we can. Thank you again, Richard. Thank you guys very much. I don't know. It's very cool. Weather in Arizona. Welcome to Arizona. How cool is this? It's true. Winter in Arizona is 6 a.m. Spring is 10 a.m. Summer is 2 p.m. and fall is at 4:30. Welcome to Arizona. I mean, Arizona in the morning, it's cold. It's still cold, but cool. Bears, congratulations to Chicago Bears when they beat the New England Patriots. Now, I'm not a Bears fan, but you know what I hate more than the Bears? The New England Patriots. I hate cheaters, and they've been cheated, and they just got destroyed. 34-14, so congratulations to the Bears on that one. Now, granted, it's only one game, but congratulations. Please, no working during drinking hours. Please, no working during drinking hours. Okay. Thank you guys for that. All right. So trying to get different categories and stuff. Let's talk about, we just talked about sports with the Bears. Of course, the Yankees got swept by the Houston Astros. I'm not mad. I'm just upset because my Yankees they had most wins in the season. And I think the Yankees, their problem is that they don't concentrate on their pitching. You need to concentrate on their pitching. One last story, two more stories about sports. Will Ozzie Guillen be the new manager of the Chicago White Sox? Can Ozzie come back? Last time Ozzie was at the White Sox, folks, they won the World Series. That's some of the questions being asked. Will Ozzie come back? And another thing, folks, for all you Chicago Blackhawks fans, Marian Hossa, number 81, will retire on November 20th. He's first, I think one of the first guys from the dynasty from 2010 to 2015. But Marian Hossa will retire as a Blackhawk on the 11th of November 20th. So here's what it is, folks. Legendary comic Leslie Jordan dies in a car crash at the age of 65 years old. Also, Entertainment Weekly, Carly Simon, You're So Vain, and many other great songs that she wrote. Her two sisters died one day apart. Her sister Lucy and Joanne died one day apart. Our prayers go out to the Simon family. I can't even begin to think you lose one person in your family and the day next, 2 days apart, your other person passes away. Your family is crushed. It's gone. Michael Sansone, hello, my brother. Hope you're well, my friend. So to lose your sister, that's what happened to Carly Simon, the great singer-songwriter. Loses her sister Lucy, and the next day loses her sister Joanne. 2 days. Just horrible. Average Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving is coming around the corner. I mentioned some of this stuff on the show yesterday when we did it from, but the track went out, the internet went out, so we couldn't, some of these topics you didn't hear. Excuse me. The last few years, average traditional Thanksgiving dinner you could probably get for $53.31. Average. This year, they say, folks, when you're going to buy Thanksgiving dinner, it's going to be $67.78. $67.78 will be the average family Thanksgiving dinner in 2022. And we all know inflation. I want to congratulate another dear friend, another great Chicagoland musician, Regina Karma, got to open up for Gladys Knight. No Pips, it's just Gladys Knight now. at the Arcada, and she opened up. She knocked it out, as you know she would. She got to meet Gladys afterwards, so kudos to another great entertainer in the Chicagoland area and a very good friend, my little sister, Regina Karma. Congratulations, Regina. What did they die from? You know what, good Carol? I didn't get a chance to see what they died from, but thank you for that. Ellie Weinhardt, it is a terrible loss. Ellie, another great entertainer in the Chicagoland area, of course, comic, #1 Joan Rivers impersonator, actress. Remember, she was in the movie A League of Her Own. Ellie Weinhardt, everybody. Go make sure you check her out. Another closing, folks, Tavern on Rush, legendary Tavern on Rush. Oh, Ronnie B. Thank you, brother. Ronnie B. Great seeing you over there. I didn't get a chance to see you, actually, because there was like 2,000 people in the theater. I'd never get a chance to see Ronnie. But Ronnie performed a couple of the bars there. Did his Elvis show somewhere there. I think one of the bars I think we went to eat after the award show. I think you played there, Ronnie, in that afternoon. Ronnie was up for Tribute Artist of the Year. Kid Rock guy won it this year, I guess. But, you know, Ronnie was nominated, and Ronnie did win 2 years before that. I think Ronnie also was nominated for a holiday song. And we were just talking about just getting nominated, the experience and just being in that area. I was talking at the beginning of this. I think Ronnie just hopped on the show. So congratulations to you and Deborah, man, for doing what you do. And you got to keep doing it, because that's all we're going to do. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it. Whether we win or lose, we're going to keep doing it. No one's a loser, folks. No one's ever a loser, no matter what you do. No, it isn't. Be proud, buddy. Be proud, Ronnie. You should be. Deborah, too, you should be proud. Thank you, Jerry Jams. Peter Prado, thank you, buddy. John Faso, thank you, my friend. My good buddy, John Boom Boom Faso from Richie's in Schiller Park. I hope you're well. Tavern on Rush closes its doors next week. Tavern on Rush. I used to spend a lot of times at Tavern on Rush, folks. Tuesday night with the Tuesday Night Boys. Haven't been here in a long time, but it was different after Mr. Perillo died. Mr. Perillo. It was different. So it wasn't the same once he died. So thank you for the memories, and I don't know what's going to happen. I've not been back on Rush Street in a long time. Thank you, Sandra. Hope you're well. It was great seeing you at Chicago Prime last week. Thank you, Yvette. I hope you're doing well. All right, a couple other things here, folks. Let's get just trying to get stuff off here. How about this, folks? Governor of Illinois, elections right around the corner in November. Early voting has started. Make sure you go out and vote. Go to the polls and vote. Go vote to the polls, not the mail-in. Go vote. Anyway, Darren Bailey has moved into a virtual tie with Governor J.B. Pritzker. A tie. Whether you like Bailey's ways, there needs to be a change, folks, because this guy, I'm sorry. I'm waiting for a change. That's just my opinion. But they're virtual tied right now. So check that out. Google it yourself. Go, Bailey, go. That's right. He was nice. Come to the Columbus Day Parade. Afterwards, we seen Bailey at the Casa Italiana. So very, very cool. All right. According to Fox News, folks, a 22-year-old boy had a leaf blower on him when they found him on his back in the pool. The weight of the leaf blower must have been a heavy one because it drowned. It sank with him. That's how he drowned when he fell in the pool. This guy's doing his job here. He's a 22-year-old kid, you know, and drowns in the pool. How horrible is that, folks? The second guy had to do with leaves. The other guy fell. He was a tree cutting leaves, cutting branches, and he fell into the machine that breaks the trees up, the logger, whatever you call it. Horrible. Bailey's great in coffee. There you go. I never had Bailey's in coffee. Never liked it. Tony Toto, I'm hoping Jilly's going to open. We've been hearing it for a while now. I think I'll have more. I would vote for my dog, but thank you, Herbie. We're right there, pal. That's one thing we agree on. I agree with you. Roseanne Caputo, my dear friend, hello. Thank you so much. All right. What else we got? I'm trying to get since, like I said, I'm doing the sponsors now every 10 or 20 minutes, so we don't cram them in everybody's face in the beginning. Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont, Illinois. Tony and Carmela recreating great hair days for men, women, and children. Give them a call at 773-999-7888. That's Trico Hair Experts. And don't forget our good buddies also from Don Esteban Cigars. Hand-rolling those hand-rolled cigars right to your house in Tarpon Springs, Florida. Call Javier. Tell me you want the Tony Ocean special at 727-366-7536. All right, so again, you can share the show right now. The people that are watching, push the button and share it. You can see it on the Mo Carrara page. You're watching it on the Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Twitter. And we're on YouTube. We're going to try to get more subscribers on YouTube to become and more views. So I'm spreading the word. We're working on a couple things now to try to make the show better. And now we have to. David Joseph, a big congratulations to you, Tony Pitt, and you're the best. Well, David Joseph, thank you, my friend. God bless you. Hope you're having a great day. Leaf blowers for landscapers are very heavy. Chipper truck. There you go, Jerry. Yeah, very heavy. Mary, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. All right, some more stories here, folks. Boy is right. WGN says federal appeals court temporary blocks President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. It's being blocked by the federal court, as it should be. Just my opinion. According to ABC, folks, snow Chicago. Get ready for more snow than normal, according to ABC Chicago, than we've had in a few years. Now, we've been very lucky the last 4 or 5 years. We haven't really got that big of snow. So get ready for it. We're going to get snow, folks. According to People magazine, a mother, oh my God, gets arrested, charged with murdering her son as they ate a bunch of THC gummies. They ate so much of this THC gummies that they died. The mother gave these gummies to the kid. Crackpot, another crackpot. These people are nuts these days. It's just nuts. It's just nuts, right? We can't even think about the stuff that people go through. I don't know what people are doing now. It's just crazy, everybody. Moron is a nice word, Mary. Moron is a nice word. I can come up with another one, but it's still a family show. I mean, I might swear and shit, but I'm not going to get into too much of what I really feel about this particular woman and some of these other people that we talk about the shit that they've been doing. It's just nuts. How about some birthdays, folks? Let's John Mateus. Better from the rock band Scorpions, celebrates a birthday this past weekend. Johnny Carson would have been 97 years old. Here's Johnny, the best late night talk show ever. Ellie Greenwich, one of the great singer-songwriters of the Greenwich, wrote a lot of great songs, celebrates a birthday. Our cousin Diane Hightower celebrates a birthday. Diane, this past weekend, happy birthday. How about Don Sandberg, better known as Sandy, from the Quiet Mute on Bozo Circus back in the 1930s and 40s and 50s. Sandy from the old Bozo show celebrates a birthday. Let's see. Buffin Griffin from the Mata Hoople Band, one of my favorite bands, celebrates a birthday, folks. Zach McLaren, 56 years old today. He's a Native American actor, has been in many, many movies. Dancing with Wolves, and now he's got his own show, so happy birthday. I love those Native American shows and those actors. Bob Kane celebrates a birthday. He was the comic book artist who created Batman. There you go, Bob Kane. Actor Kevin Kline celebrates a birthday, folks. John Anderson from the band Yes celebrates a birthday to do as well. Leonard Maselli, congratulations. Thank you, Leonard. I hope everything's okay with you over there in Florida. Again, I still talk to some people in Florida. Some of their stuff are okay, but some of the stuff has been completely damaged. And again, kudos to the governor, DeSantis. Needed a bridge in Santa Monica, 2 days, a temporary bridge, doing the best they can. Went to every first responder in person and handed them all $1,000. That's a governor that we need. That's a hero. That's a former Navy SEAL. That's a man that should be running for president of the United States. I love Johnny Carson, watch him, but the one that made me laugh more was Steve Allen. Well, Steve Allen, I was too young for that, but he was very funny too. Dave Berner's birthday, sings with Regina. Oh, David Berner. Okay. Happy birthday, Dave. I did not know that. And thank you, Herbie, for that. Did you hear that they're starting to rob mailmen in the city since August? Mailmen are getting robbed. We knew that. Post office people are stealing checks and shit, and stealing like baseball cards that get mailed to them or stuff that gets mailed to them that's worth a lot of money. It's not. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, guys. Oh, here's an interesting news for Barilla that makes the pasta. A customer is suing Barilla Pasta, Italy's #1 pasta, because the pasta is made in the United States. Even though the pasta says it's the #1 selling one in Italy. So false advertisement, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Barilla Pasta, customers suing it because it's not made in Italy. False advertising is not good, folks. Okay. Broadway news. Kevin Spacey, great actor. He's been blackballed for a while for his sexual advances towards other actors. They say he was molesting other actors. Well, kudos to Kevin Spacey. The New York jury sided with Kevin Spacey and dropped all the $40 million lawsuit. Did not molest Anthony Rapp, R-A-P-P. According to the suit, Anthony Rapp said that Kevin Spacey raped him. Obviously, that did not happen in 1986 because the jury sided with Kevin Spacey on the $40 million lawsuit. Again, I'm going to say this quote again if you're just tuning in. Don't be surprised when God starts using strangers to bless you. And I have been blessed by strangers, folks. Because some people I've met are acquaintances. I see them. Hello, I don't know them that well. But I've been blessed. We got a little bit of a bond with some people. And the people that watch this show, I am so honored and humbled that you give your time of the day just to peek your head in, to stay on the show, to watch the show, to share the show. I don't know what to say about that, man. If you don't, that's just being blessed, and I am. Keith Urban, Seth MacFarlane, Pat Sajak, Boots Collins. Wow, I didn't know all that stuff. Thank you, Richard. Guy was just arrested for sexually misconduct female mail carrier. See? There's no one that's protected, Jerry Jams. I will see Jerry tomorrow night at JC Pub in McCook. And then Saturday is a private affair at the Bocci, which is sold out, by the way. The Bocci Italian dinner with me, Jerry, and Stella Ramondi Saturday is sold out. I must have the best taste ever. 7 years ago, I bought a Barilla pasta. Told my wife this tastes different. I was right then. It was an Italian. All right. There's evil. An Italian who bought the pasta didn't see that it would like. So he might have a lawsuit case there. The guy suing for money saying that Barilla pasta is not made in Italy. It's made in the United States. So they just use the Italian name, for sales. I'm thinking. How about this, folks, from Health Magazine? A woman had 23 contact lenses stacked in her eyelid like pancake style stacked. 23 before they got them all out. Now listen, folks, I tried the contact lenses and I got a thing stuck in my eye for almost 10 hours. I couldn't get it off. I go, hell with this. I'm going to glasses. So I know where this lady's coming from, but this lady had 23 in her eye and she had no clue. It took 23 before she started saying, what the fuck is wrong with my eye? Pardon the language. 23 stuck in her eye. Gross. That's. How about this, folks? A woman buried alive in a shallow grave escapes. Don't you check if these people are dead or not? Let's make sure they're dead before you bury them. Marietta, it is ridiculous. Why would she put the eyelashes? Keep putting. I mean, the contact lenses. Why keep putting them in your eyes? I don't know. I got to tell you something, folks. And this is on all the major social media outlets. I need you to look up this name if you want, folks, or the people that don't believe these stories. This guy's name was Doug Brignole. Brignole. I want you guys to write this down and look this up. Doug is his first name, D-O-G. Last name, B as in boy, R-I-G as in girl, N as in Natalie, O-L-E. Okay? Here's his post when the shots and the vaccine and the booster, and everybody was making the decision whether they wanted to take it. This was his original post. His original post, folks. Look him up. Here's what he said. I've had enough confidence in the vaccine based on my research to get it done. Those of you who think the vaccine kills people can use me as a test. If I die, you are right. If I don't die, I have no ill effects. You are wrong. You should admit it, at least to yourself. Better yet, you should admit it that you were misled and tell the world who misled you, so other people can benefit by avoiding those fear mongers. Now, this was his original post. 6 months later, bodybuilder Doug Brignole, fitness author, has passed away at the age of 63 years old. Google it and find out how he died, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to let you do the research. My mail was stolen from a mailbox, and I had checks that was changed from $10 to Boys Club to $13. It took 3 months to get my money back. Sugar Ray, holy shit. Folks, if you're not hearing this for the first time, Ray Nardi's mail was stolen from the mailbox. It had a check that was changed from $10 to the Boys Club that he donated to the Boys Club to $1,300. It took 3 months for this Ray to get his money back. Heart attack, Kathy. Died of a heart attack. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Life is short, Tommy Pellegrini. Wow. Heard that the guy from the West Leiden that died from the booster shot before, that was a young kid singing in choir. Yes, Carol. It is detrimental to your health, folks. It's been proven time and time again. Don't judge me. Judge Dr. Fauci. He's a great doctor. Kathy, must have been the booster shot. Crazy stuff, folks. Yeah, take it upon yourself and keep putting that shit in your body. But it's that God. It's up to you. You can do whatever you want. That's why we live in a great country. National Bologna Day. National Bologna. I hate bologna. But anyway, National Bologna Day. Ace Hardware, folks. You see them all over the place. And you think that Ace is a franchise. Ace is not a franchise. Ace Hardware is all independently owned. So very cool for those independent guys. Buy the Ace Hardware. I love Ace Hardware, man. It's the old school, old ways. You know, keeping like the old mom and pa hardware store alive. We used to do that. And now, of course, they got the big places you can go to. But I love Ace Hardware. And I'm happy that it's not a franchise. Here you are going to get the flu shot. No, Tommy, I get no shots. Except this one for you, Cousin Tommy. Okay. $1,000. Wow. 13,000, Ray. That's crazy. Like McDonald's, independent and franchise. There you go. I went yesterday to Ace Hardware. Love Ace Hardware. If you watch American Idol, I've never watched American. I think I might have watched the one show when it first aired. Azuri Craig, he was one of the finalists, died at the age of 44 years old from American Idol. How about, according to ABC, a Melrose Park boy in a wheelchair hits the right note for the Goonies Halloween costume. Congratulations, Anthony Derfaro of Melrose Park. Good job, man, with Goonies. Ace Hardware is not True Value. That's true. People think they're the same. Thank you, Richard, for that. Good point. Good point. They said that students in school with math and reading and stuff has been declining since they went on Zoom, and the students have not been paying attention that much. And that might be the case. I've heard that case. But according to some teachers that I've been talking to, and I would love to get a teacher on, Isabella Drake, when she's on, I love to get her on the show. Have students, I've been hearing that students have been having math and reading problems years before the COVID Zoom thing. I think math, nobody does it. I mean, it's all on computer now. You don't even need to think about it in your head anymore. Reading, I don't know, people stuff. I read books. I read magazines. I read my Kindle. I read stuff. I don't know. Does kids like to read stuff anymore? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. So let's see what else we got here. Now one good thing. Okay, this happened in Russia. My wife wanted to go to Chicago for the shot, and I said I don't want to go. Felt strange about it, and I was right. Evil, I'm sorry about that, buddy. I think the computer homework has ruined it for them. I think you're right, Mary. I think you're absolutely right. It's much easier now with the computer. They don't need them. It's all there. Correct answers. You can look up the answers. You can do. I mean, it's a little different. It really is. A Russian TV host was suspended from his job. Rightfully so. Kudos for Russia for this. He was suspended on his TV talk show for saying that Ukraine children should be drowned and burned in their monstrous little houses. This is a TV show host in Russia saying that Ukraine children should be drowned and burned. And Russia, who was at war with Ukraine, suspended this guy from the show. Kudos to Russia for that. Maybe they do have a little bit of sentiment. I don't know. Hurricane Rosalind hits Mexico. Some of the resorts were not hit, but that's another hurricane. Hurricane Rosalind hits Mexico, folks. NBC plane crash into New Hampshire home and killed everyone on board. Not only the people on board, but it might have killed the people in the house too. Horrible. We lost another great creative genius, Jules Bass. Remember all the Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph and Santa Claus, all the songs were written, all those Christmas songs were written by one of the partners was Julius Bass, and he passed away at the age of 94 years old. How sick can you get innocent children? That's what I mean. Innocent children. Yeah, we were talking about last week in one of the shows, we were talking about when the syndicate or the mafia or whatever you wanted to call it was in charge in certain neighborhoods, and people felt safer back then and stuff like that. And they said if there was a vendetta of some sort, if you owed the person money or you did something and you tried to get it back, they would wait and hurt the person they had to hurt. You hear stories like that. They didn't blow up a whole house. They didn't care if the mother, grandmother, kids were in there. That's what these other mobs are doing. Crazy as it sounds, it's nuts. It really is nuts, folks. I don't know. Red Bull, best known, the owner of Red Bull, made over $25 billion fortune on the Red Bull energy drink. Died at the age of 78 years old. Wow, $25 billion made from Red Bull. I think I tasted Red Bull once when I was a kid, and I was shaking like a leaf. I've never drank it sick. I don't like the energy drinks. I don't drink that stuff. I'm no good with caffeine, you guys. If you, like I said, you think I'm crazy now? Imagine with caffeine in me. Crazy. Hobby Lobby. The owner of the Hobby Lobby store says, I found God and giving his stores away. Check that story out. Hobby Lobby. New York man crowned National Mullet Champion of the Year 2022 in the United States, was voted for the best mullet, folks. That's a hairstyle. Scott Salvador from Stillwater, New York, wins with the best mullet. I had Red Bull and vodka. Roseanne, that's going to kill you. Snickers is leaving the city of Chicago. October 21st, Sneaker, which was already passed. Snickers has left the city of Chicago and leaving the city, but they are keeping it in Illinois and moving to Aurora, Illinois. Probably saves money on taxes and doesn't want to get shot when they leave work. So Snickers is leaving. Wall Street Journal, St. Louis. Horrible school shootings in St. Louis, folks. You heard about this, folks. 2 killed. The gunman, a teacher was killed, but then the gunman was killed himself after the shooting in St. Louis. It was a former student. I mentioned this earlier in the week, and it made a lot of sense to me. And I never knew about it when they first told me about it. It was a very smart man. Told me that when you become a police officer or a fireman or a first responder or something, you have to go through a psychological test to get these jobs. And then if you get promoted to a higher level, you have to go through these psychological tests. Teachers do not need to go through psychology tests. They don't need to be tested. So if the teachers are a little screwed up as it is going in, they're teaching all these children all this crazy shit that's going on in this world. So I'm not going down. I'm not blaming all teachers. Believe me, teachers are great. We need them all. We need teachers. The ones that are really there for you, the ones that want to help you. A lot of teachers can't even help you anymore. But all these shootings in schools have to happen for a reason. Some of these people that are coming into the schools were students at one time, former students that are in school, and students that maybe got kicked out of school and coming back with revenge. Horrible. Folks, do you believe that something called a McRib is like eating dog shit? I've never had dog shit, but I'm sure it tastes close to it. The McRib is coming back to McDonald's, folks, for its final tour. Take the McRib and throw it away. I don't know how people eat this shit. Something called a McRib. Albert, get a selfie with you and Paul Anka. There you go. I have to do that. But with everything going on in this crazy world, folks, with books being banned and songs being banned and names of NFL teams and baseball teams getting changed and syrup and this and that getting changed, folks, pretty soon we'll have to eliminate shampoo because it will offend bald people. That's how crazy this world is getting, folks. I don't know. I've had enough. I don't know what else to say. Mama D is hopefully coming home this weekend. I hope, Mama D, we miss you, honey. Go check out my buddy Jimmy Parker. I got to meet him this past weekend. I met him before, but we got to have breakfast together with Phyllis and Nick and everybody. And his new song called Shoulda, Woulda, Coulda on YouTube. Check it out, man. He's got a lot of CDs. He's also an actor. We're going to get him on the show, too. The great Jimmy Parker. Check it out. April needs to change the banner on your video stream to the award-winning Ocean's Pit. Thank you, Tony. The student said he was scheduled, had no friends, and never had a girlfriend, and was what the note said he left in his car. See what I mean, Roseanne? It's crazy. Crazy. Crazy but true, folks. Time for another sponsor. Let's go, of course, to Laura Ocean Solutions, my wife's credit card processing company, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. check out laurasolutions.com. Well, folks, we're trying to make the show better every day. And we need to do that, and we're going to try. Again, I need to let's thank our last sponsor, of course, last but not least, Patriot Funding, when timing is everything. Hard money, commercial money properties, all types, cannabis, and more. Commercial money lending at its finest. Give Dave Antonelli a call at 630-675-4730. A couple of the things that we're trying to change also, folks, is like Craig Olson, I think, said, I don't know if he still watches the show or not, but he said that some of the stuff comes up backwards when we hold stuff up. We got to change that. Like I said, Cheryl Riccio made a very nice banner, but if we're to put that banner up right now, it would be backwards and you wouldn't be able to read it. So there's got to be something now with Restream that we can reschedule or do something. There's got to be something in there that everything will look straight instead of everything looking backwards. So we're going to end up redoing the whole back wall over here and changing the office a little bit. When I came home, folks, these balloons and everything and a big giant cookie cake. My sister Natalie, thank you, and our daughter Gianna made the cake, and Natalie, they got the cookie cake, whatever, they went out and got it and put writing on it, and then they dressed it with the gold rhythm and the orange. So thank you to my sister, of course, Natalie, and my daughter Gianna. Thank you so much for that. It was pretty cool coming home to that. It was almost just as good as getting this Josie Award. Again, thank you, Josie and Tina Marie. Google the Josie Awards in general, so you can find out what the Josie Awards are about. 8 years in a row, they've been doing these awards for independent artists. It's the #1 independent artist award show in the country. From Nashville, Tennessee, at the Grand Ole Opry. They do it every year. I can't wait for next year. But thank you. Congratulations to Leah, a great Chicagoland singer for gospel winner. Congratulations, Jim Monahan, songwriter. He won. Congratulations, Musician of the Year, Nick Hodges. Congratulations to John Hurst. He was nominated for something. Ronnie B., of course. Congratulations to the nominees and the winners, because we're all winners, folks, win or lose. But again, thank you to my lovely wife, Laura, and thank you for everybody who supported me. This is how I got this award. This is how I got it. I will cherish this from the bottom of my heart, because it means the world to me. It really does. And you people watching mean the world to me. It really does. It does. Whether, like I said, you hopping on, and I just need to say thank you so much for everything. Regina, if you were watching the show, I mentioned you in the beginning, telling Regina opened up for Gladys Knight this past weekend, and she blew it out of the water like I knew she would. What I love about Regina, man, she from the heart. She's just like me. She tells it like it is. Whether you like her or not, she's the real deal. And she got an incredible voice, and she opened for Gladys Knight, got a picture with Gladys Knight. Kudos to my little sister, Reg. I love you, honey. I love you. Go see Regina Carmen. Wish her congratulations on opening for Gladys Knight, man. That's pretty big stuff. All right, folks, tonight we'll be at Rosario's Hollywood Costume. Now come out dressed up as your favorite characters. 3 prizes. Me and Carlo Joseph tonight, if you're not working, Halloween contest, Rosario's in Roselle. Tomorrow, JC Pub in McCook. Friday with Daryl Armenstad at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. McCook, I'll be with Jerry Jams. And Saturday with the Bocci Italian Club. It's a private affair. It is sold out in Highwood. Jerry Jams and Stella Ramondi, folks. And don't forget, Mojo's Jukebox, my new rock band, is opening for John Waite November 5th at the Arcada Theater in St. Charles. Oshows.com for tickets. It's going to be cool, man. I love John Waite, one of my favorite singers of all time. Hi, give it up for Regina, baby. It was so much fun. Love ya. It was a dream. And it should be a dream. And you're going to get more, Reg. You're going to get more. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the show. And we're only going to get bigger together, folks. That I promise you. And please remember, thank you for supporting local live entertainment, local establishments. Please always remember to buy local and shop local. Thank you to Armando Supermarkets, Crash Champions, My Party Princess, of course, other sponsors. And thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to my wife, and thanks everybody. I don't know what else to say, but I'm going to have fun tonight at Rosario. So I hope to see you guys all there. Anyway, folks, the great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. And we need peace and love more than anything right now. Peace and love. Support your local artist. Music is what we live for. And music is something we all need. God bless you all. Have a great day. And Nick Sahajas, winner of Musician of the Year 3 years in a row, Josie Awards, take us out, my brother. Take us out. Oh, yeah.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See